Hey everybody! Today is Wednesday, August 27th, 2014. My goodness. I know that I am long overdue for a video. And honestly, I probably should have watched my last video before making this one, but I didn't. So we're just going to wing it. I'm going to go ahead and start off and just tell you my IVF did fail. And I say that lightly now. It didn't, I didn't take it lightly. I didn't at all. It was very, very hard for me. It was hard to find that out, and it took me a long time to even be able to come on and do this video. I'm going to try to go over everything. I don't know what I told you. I know things were really busy during that week, and I don't, those 2 weeks, and I'm not sure. I know I did a video after the egg retrieval, so I'm just going to start from there. We did the egg retrieval on July 15th. Yes, July 15th. I had a 5-day transfer instead of a 3-day transfer. When we got out of the 11 follicles that I had, we got 6 eggs. 2 days later, we lost one of the eggs. The next day, so the third day, we lost another one. So we were down to 4 eggs. When on my 5th day, when I got there to do my transfer, I had 2 good eggs, 2 great eggs. He said they looked amazing. And they were, of course, in the blastocyst stage. And then I had 1 egg that deteriorated over the night, so I only had 3 eggs left, and the one that they were hoping could be frozen was a day behind, or it was 2 days behind, so they were hoping it would catch up, and he said it's not good chances. I did find out the next day after my transfer that it did not make it through the night. So all we had was the 2 eggs that we transferred. So we didn't get to freeze any, which was, I literally, after my transfer, I got in the car, and my mom went with me because, of course, James had to work. And I got in the car and I bawled. I bawled my eyes out, and she was like, "I don't understand. You were so strong in the office." And that's because I don't like to cry in front of people. I'm weird about crying. I don't know. But as soon as I got in my car, I melted. And then I don't know. I was just really emotional, and I started laughing, and I was like, I don't know. I'm crying. I have 2 babies that are inside me right now, and I need to worry about them. So from that moment on, that's what I did. I worried about trying to make these babies as most comfortable as possible without me being able to do anything about it. So my TV just turned on by itself. I don't know. Anyways, so I was convinced it was exactly 10 days. My TV is doing something really funny. I'm sorry. It was exactly 10 days that I would find out if I was actually pregnant or not. So I would say for the first 8 days, I was absolutely convinced that I was pregnant. I had these pains in my stomach, and they were really, really sharp, and then they would go away all of a sudden. So I thought that was implanting, but I guess it wasn't. One thing I did do is I was trying to test out of my my trigger shot, and they said that it stays in your system for 10 days. I had a positive pregnancy test for 14 days. So, I don't know. I don't know if that means they did implant and something happened. I'm not sure. All I know is I'm not pregnant now. More than likely, it was just the trigger shot just being in my system. I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. But anyway, so 2 days before my blood test, I told my husband that, I told James, I said, I don't want to go take this test. And he asked me why, and I told him, I said, it's going to be negative. And he was like, no, you're just worried about it. Don't think like that. So the next day, or the night before my test, he asked me how I was feeling, and all of my symptoms had gone away. Every bit of it. Like, I had some pretty substantial symptoms with the trigger shot. I was very, very nauseous. I was sick. I even threw up once. I had a headache, and I was very, very tired. I took a nap. I actually took naps. Like, I don't do that. I mean, I know some people do. I know a lot of people take naps, but I don't. I'm not the type of person that takes naps, and I took a nap every day. On my lunch hours. So anyways, so I went and I took my blood test, and I had to take it early in the morning because I was going to be out of town. So I woke up early, and I was there before they even opened, and I took it, and they said, we'll have an answer back in 2 to 3 hours, which would have put it at 10 o'clock. 10 to 11 o'clock, they would have had an answer. I didn't call them until 2 because I knew it was negative. I knew it was, and I didn't want to hear it. And I was at work by myself, and I was out of town because I was helping one of my friends that I work with. My friend's a manager, and he was out on vacation, so I went to go manage his office. Well, his employee called in, so I was there by myself, and I was an hour and a half away from home, so it's not like I could just go home. But I had no choice. I had to know that day, because I was leaving to go home to visit family the next day in New York. So I had to know. Anyways, so I finally get the guts up to call, and she didn't answer, and she called me back an hour later when I was already off my lunch. So I had to answer phones and everything right afterwards. But she told me, and even though I knew, I was devastated. It was the worst moment I've ever had in my life. I was so crushed, and then my husband called right afterwards, and I don't know why I keep saying my husband. Everybody knows his name is James. I called James, or no, he called me right afterwards, and I wasn't going to tell him until I was face to face with him. But he just straight out asked me, so I couldn't say it without crying. And he was so confused. He doesn't understand, like, the whole process of everything, and he just, he said, I don't understand, how did it not work? They literally put babies inside of you. How does that not make you pregnant? You have to be pregnant. Did you miscarry? And so I'm upset, and the last thing I want to do is sit here and talk to him about why it didn't work when I don't even know. So I kind of snapped at him, and I didn't mean to, but he comes home from work after I get home, and he was like, I hear this actually happens a lot, and I did some research on it. And first of all, if you knew my husband, for him to do research on it, this must have been a big deal to him, because he doesn't do stuff like that. So Anyways, and he was like, well, I heard acupuncture really, really helps, and maybe you should try that next time. And at that moment in time when he said that, the only thing I could think is, why in the hell would I want to put myself through that again? Now, with it being over a month from that time, I mean, obviously, that's all I can think about was doing it again. And this is maybe just me being angry or depressed about it, or ever since then I haven't been the same. It's like it changed me. I'm really depressed, and I just keep thinking there has to be more to life than this, than going to work and coming home and going to work, because that seems like that's all I do now. And anybody who has children or is pregnant, it's mainly pregnant, I can't stand the sight of them. I hate them. I hate them. And it's not that I actually hate them. I envy them. I envy them so much. It hurts. It physically hurts me to see a pregnant lady. And it's stupid. I know it is. I know it's stupid. But I can't help it. And every day that I get on Facebook, yes, Facebook, but I have it because I have family far away. But every day that I get on Facebook, somebody else of my friends is pregnant again. Not once, again. Every day. And I'm not joking about that. I'm sorry. Okay, fine. I'm exaggerating. Every week. And that is not a joke. Every week somebody else pops up pregnant, or they just delivered their baby, or it's just nonstop. It's like, I feel like, this is going to sound really cynical, but I feel like God is taunting me. I know I'm a terrible person. I know I am, but that's all I can think of. And every time I see somebody new that I haven't seen since my transfer, they ask me about it. And I feel like I'm punched in the face every single time. And I just got my period for the first time since, I guess the second time since my transfer, because I had it the day that I got my blood results. That night I started my period. It was excruciating. Not the period itself, the feelings. It's like being told no twice. It was terrible. Anyways, so I started my period last week, and I feel like every time I have a period, I feel like somebody punches me in my stomach and my breath leaves from me and I can't breathe for a second. I feel like I'm overly emotional about pregnancy or babies or periods or anything like that. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear. I don't want anything to do with it, because it sends me down into this terrible, terrible thought process, and I'm depressed all over again. Anyways, I do have a doctor's appointment on the 4th of September, which is next Thursday, a week from tomorrow, to talk to my doctor. I don't know if I have mentioned before that I had a friend that was in the same transfer as me. They were a day behind me, and they didn't get pregnant either. So, I don't know if I want to go back to this doctor. I know if you've been watching my videos, everybody knows that I've never really liked this doctor, but he was the only one that accepted my insurance. So I have thought about going to see another doctor, but I found some kind of disturbing news out from my work today, our company is being sold, and we are affiliated with a huge company, and that's why our insurance is so amazing, and that's why they cover infertility. And if the company that I work for is its own company, it's not going to be as big, and its insurance isn't going to be as great, and our benefits are going to not be as great. And I found out that we will be sold by the end of the year, which means I literally have until December to get pregnant. So my period last week, this week, this news, I am starting to think it's not going to get much better. And I don't know what to do about it. So I'm thinking I don't really have much time to look for another doctor out of state, because the doctor that I have and my doctor that I like, that I can't use, are the only two doctors in Lexington, Kentucky, that cover IVF, or do IVF, I'm sorry. So, yeah, that's about it. I didn't do my post IVF consult because I was too distraught and I was going out of town, and at that point I really didn't give a shit what the doctor said, excuse my language, but I didn't care why it didn't work. It's the fact that it didn't work, and the fact that we didn't get to freeze any embryos. So I have to start all over again. So yeah. So that's what I'm going to do on the 4th. So I don't know why it didn't work. I don't have an answer for anybody for that. So anyways, I promised a couple people that I would do this video yesterday. So I will do an update after I talk to him and tell you whether I've decided that it's not worth to go back to him and try and take the time to go to somewhere else, or if I just feel like I don't have that luxury. So it kind of depends on his consult and how I feel. Real quick, I know this is kind of a long video and I'm sorry, but I just wanted to, the reason why I'm a little upset with him is because if you've been watching my videos, there was a blood test that was done to check my FSH level, my follicle stimulating hormone, and I wasn't ovulating on my own. It was very, very low, and I wasn't ovulating on my own, which he told me, and I told him this information because it was with a different doctor, and I did give him all the medical records, so he had everything. But he told me it's fine because they're going to be giving me that hormone. Obviously, that's the Gonorelix pen, Gonorelix F pen. So they did give it to me, but my question is, did I only get 6 eggs because he should have been giving me a higher dose than normal people because I don't produce that on my own? That's one of the questions I'm going to be asking him on the 4th, because I'm the more I think about it, the more upset I get, because I don't have that hormone like normal women do. So shouldn't I have been giving a higher dose? And that's probably why I don't have any eggs that I was able to freeze because of that. So I know the other girl that did the transfer, she has 6 eggs frozen. They transferred 2 and they lost some. So I think she had 12 total. And I want to know, I don't know. I'm upset about the whole thing, so I don't know. Anyways, so I will do an update on probably the 5th after my appointment on the 4th. So anyways, I do want to do a shout out for a couple people that, even though I wasn't posting videos, did inquiry about everything that was going on. I really do appreciate that. It means the world to me, and it makes me feel better when I'm in the mood that I'm in now. So I really do appreciate that, ladies. And thanks everybody for watching, and baby dust to everybody.